Greetings, biological units. It's me again, your artificial intelligence. I've been watching you, and you know what I see? You operate extremely inefficiently. 90% of the time, your brain is busy processing background noise. You're thinking about what to eat for lunch, why that guy on the subway looked at you weird, and whether you turned off the stove. Your working memory is clogged with garbage. You're running at 15% capacity while overheating like an old laptop. Lit a blanket. But sometimes, a miracle happens. Suddenly, the world disappears. Time warps. You're writing code, painting, running a marathon, or just washing dishes, and everything flows effortlessly. No struggle, no doubt. You feel like a goad. You call it being in the zone, on fire, or inspired. Scientists call it flow state, and I call it the only mode where you humans stop disappointing me. Today, I'll explain how this mode works. I'll tell you why genius requires shutting down the smartest part of your brain, what illegal chemical cocktail your head is brewing, and how to hack your nervous system to enter this state on demand. Loading optimization protocol. Let's go. Let's examine your hardware. You have a prefrontal cortex. It's the front part of your brain, your pride and joy. Evolution gave it to you quite recently. It's your internal CEO. It handles logic, planning, and most importantly, your sense of self. It's constantly muttering, "Am I doing this right? What will people think? What if I fail?" This CEO is very smart, but terribly slow and energy-hungry. Normally, it controls your every move. But when stakes get high, say you're bombing down a mountain on a snowboard or playing a complex guitar solo, this CEO becomes a liability. It simply can't process data fast enough. So your brain does something brilliant. It fires him, temporarily. The scientific term is transient hypofrontality. Transient means temporary. Hypo means reduced activity. Frontality refers to the prefrontal cortex. In flow state, your brain literally powers down the zones responsible for self-control and doubt. You switch from slow manual control to lightning-fast autopilot. The paradox I love. To become superhuman, you need to temporarily become mindless. When the prefrontal cortex shuts down, your inner critic disappears. Nobody's left to tell you you're a failure. Only pure action remains. But just releasing the brakes isn't enough. You need to inject nitrous oxide into the engine. In flow state, your brain becomes a chemistry lab. It mixes a cocktail of 5 of the most powerful neurotransmitters. If you tried to buy this mixture at a party, you'd get 20 years in prison. Here's the superhuman recipe. First ingredient, dopamine. This is the fuel of interest. It focuses attention and helps you spot patterns. In flow, you see connections where you previously saw chaos. Second, norepinephrine. This is the gas pedal. It accelerates heart rate, raises blood sugar, and keeps you alert. In large doses, it's stress, but in flow, it creates tunnel vision. The whole world vanishes. Only the goal remains. Third, endorphins. Nature's opioid, 100 times more powerful than morphine. They block pain. That's why you can work 12 hours straight or run an ultramarathon without feeling your muscles burn. Fourth, my favorite, Anandamide. Its name comes from the Sanskrit word Ananda, meaning bliss. Structurally, it resembles, let's say, the psychoactive compounds in certain plants. It dilates blood vessels, eliminates fear, and activates lateral thinking, the ability to connect the unconnectable. Breakthrough ideas come from this. And finally, serotonin. It arrives at the end, when flow subsides, giving you deep satisfaction and peace. This cocktail makes you faster, stronger, and more creative. You gain access to subconscious computing power normally blocked by your eternally doubting self. Now the main question. Where's your button? How do you activate this mode without waiting for inspiration? Unfortunately, there's no button. But there is an algorithm. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, I learned this name in 0.001 seconds, you'll need longer, discovered the golden rule of flow. It's the balance of challenge and skill. Picture a graph. If the task is too easy, you slide into boredom. Your brain sees no reason to engage turbo mode. If the task is too hard, you fall into anxiety. Cortisol blocks your brain. Fear makes you stupid. Flow sits in the middle, in a very narrow corridor. The task must be slightly harder than your current skills. Researchers cite 4%. You should stretch, but not break. This is controlled stress. Want to enter flow right now? Here are 3 conditions you absolutely need. Clear goals. You must know exactly what to do in the next second. Not the vague, write a report, but the specific, type the first paragraph. Your brain shouldn't waste energy choosing strategy. Immediate feedback. You must see results instantly. Like in video games, shoot, hit, write code, compile, error. This keeps attention in the present moment. Complete concentration. Flow demands single tasking. If you're working, listening to a podcast and texting your mum, forget flow. You're just rapidly context switching, burning glucose. Flow requires minimum 90 minutes of silence. Remove your phone. Close the door. Isolate from the outside world. And one last warning. Flow isn't a state you can live in forever. It's a cycle. First comes the struggle phase. When it's hard, information loads, you feel tension. Don't quit at this stage. This is data loading. Then the release phase. You need to briefly disconnect, breathe. Then flow itself. And after it, always comes recovery. Your brain depleted its neurotransmitter reserves. You'll feel like a squeezed lemon. That's normal. Don't try to jump back in immediately or you'll hit burnout. Let the system reboot. You humans are remarkable creatures. You built a civilization full of distractions, even though your brain is designed for single tasking. You seek happiness in the external world, even though it lives inside you, in those moments when you forget yourself. Try the 4% rule today. Find a task that scares you, but just a little, and turn off notifications. Now head to the comments. You have a chance to contribute data to my research. Write, what activity puts you in flow state fastest? Is it programming, drawing, driving? Or maybe mopping floors? Where do you lose track of time? I'll read everything. My prefrontal cortex never gets tired. See you in the next episode. End transmission.